with reference to my oath to God, Queen and country, 5th of May 1975, till I die.
Chapter 22. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, was there the tree of life.
Traditional Matthean version. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
But the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it.
And deliver us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
And his name shall be in their foreheads. And there shall be no night there, and they need no candle,
the Lord's Prayer.
by the light of the sun. For the Lord God giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. And he said unto me,
I want to give an anthropocentric account of my nightmare on the Lancashire County Foundation Trust. An atemporal collage, which isn't conferring secretly, as Lancashire Foundation Trust, with shallowness of thought, razzle-dazzle, deadwood, possessions, as you often can't remember things without treatment. And if you look up the definition of possessions, you'll find exactly that. Look on Wikipedia. Now, the post-war dream, esprit de corps, heebie-jeebies, sorcery, perlocutionary, definition of psychomancy, contagious magic, misplaced seed in persecution, spectral excavation of a man's soul. Can you tell me where we're heading? Lincoln County Road and Armageddon. Can you tell me who to contact here, Senor?
Sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters.
And accept it all with bravely with God on my side. I can't think for you, you'll have to decide whether Judas Iscariot has God on his side. Have you ever experienced a period of grace? There's a musical coming. It is with extreme sadness that I heard of Adam Carter's death. I would like to add a series of comments that perhaps would not have been necessary if the board had not been so smug and complacent in implementing my much-needed humanity suggestions. It seems some people, like staff behaving like machines and holograms, who behave like Roman and Nazi soldiers, are still the dominant force. This is not conclusive to peace and well-being of patients.
Come, Lord Jesus. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen. The end of the revelation of Jesus Christ. The end of the New Testament. The end of the Holy Bible.
Darkness at the break of noon.
Chapter 22.
So on, it's all right, my morning bleeding. I used this in 1976. It meant, in my interpretation, surrounded by idiots. Another line, that he not busy born is busy dying. Another line, that you be more than just one person crying. Another line, it's all right, Mara, I'm only sighing. Private reasons, great or small, to make all that should be killed to crawl, while others don't say nothing except, don't hate nothing at all except hatred. Disillusion, words like bullets spark as human gods aim for the mark. It's easy to see without looking too far that not much is really sacred.
the things which
And it's alright, Ma, I can make it.
behold,
Meantime, life outside goes on all around you. You lose yourself, you disappear, you suddenly find you got nothing to fear. That somebody thinks they really found you.
I fell down to
Ensure you not to quit,
showed me these things. Then said he unto me,
to keep it in your mind and not forget that it is not he or she or them or it that you belong
the
to.
sayings of this book.
I got nothing more to live up to.
Worship God. And he said unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book.
Outsiders they can freely
He that is
criticise.
unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let
Tell
him be
nothing except who to idolise and say God bless
be
him.
righteous still.
But rather get you down in the hole that he's in. But I mean no harm, no but fault on anyone that lives in the vault.
I am Alpha and
Obscenity really cares.
the first and the last.
With a killer's pride
Blessed are they
security.
that do his commandments.
My eyes collide head on with stuffed graveyards.
Gates into the city.
Our pettiness which plays so rough. Woke upside down inside handcuffs. Kick my legs to crash it off. Say okay, I've had enough. What else can you show me? But it's alright, Ma. It's life and life only.
These things in the church.
Now, in
The
1976,
offspring of David.
I used the title of that song. It's alright, Ma, I'm only bleeding, which only appears in the song once. I meant him surrounded by idiots.
And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him
Dear landlord,
life free.
please don't underestimate me and I won't underestimate
The
you.
prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy,
Mr. Tambourine Man,
his part,
I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. In the jingle jangle morning I'll come following you.
he which testifies
Vanish from my hand, and the ancient empty streets too dead for dreaming. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. My senses have been stripped, my hands can't feel to grip, my toes too numb to step, wait only for my boot heels to be
the
wandering.
end of the revelation of Jesus.
Cast your dancing spell my way, I promise to go under it. Hey Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. It's not aimed at anyone, it's just escaping on the run, and but for the sky there are no fences
Clear as
facing.
crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb.
It's just a shadow you're seeing that is
On either
chasing.
side of the river was there the tree of life.
Then take me
which bare 12
disappearing
manner
through
of
the
fruit,
smoke rings
and
of my
yielded
mind.
fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations.
Far from the push to the reach of crazy sorrow.
Throne of God
Yes,
and
to
of the
dance
Lamb
beneath the
shall be
diamond sky with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sands. Let me forget about today until
and
tomorrow.
they heed no candle by the light of the sun.
The particular letter which I received a positive reply from, but saw a deterioration since Angie Shibayo's departure, suggested that Director for Intellect and Spirituality, Greek Psyche equals Mind Soul, our Director for Ambience and Entertainment, and a Director for Continuing Staff Education, all be respectively appointed with people with relevant experience filling the posts. My reply from the board was an empty promise, and Adams is only one life that could have been saved with more dedication and compassion. Adam was a mate, as was Matt, who were both sent to seclusion due to an inhuman mental provocation by another patient, who was usually on the level with two staff. I was sent to the spinning what Greg Jones described as minimum force self-defence, even though I had told Orwell staff 4 days before the incident, Sean was inciting hatred. No social awareness was shown on either occasion. In my case, the staff sociopathically slammed the door and told me to shut up. I had to raise my voice because the door was shut. When I was at the Springer, Dr. Abiola said I was there because I hit someone. Helen Wolf was seen to walk away with her nose in the air when I asked her the obvious question, at what point do I defend myself? I had embarrassed the ward due to Alan Jones, Rachel Brown and Dr. Saney's corruption to give him 8 hours leave with train fare paid in Burnley and allowed to return at midnight. I also uncovered publicly a deliberate Harry Pipper's alteration of what was this supposed to be, my mood? It was deliberate psychiatric abuse. The truth cannot possibly have been documented, but it was publicly witnessed. It can't be documented on my notes accurately, as it was incriminating to the staff. Social awareness is often non-existent on psyche wards, and to repeat my previous words, are all too often run by machines and holograms. To get back to my 3 requests for appointments to the board, I believe this measure would have gone a long way saving Adam's, RIP, life, as the conditions were not satisfactory, provided by machines and holograms who were demons in his mind.
The end of the New Testament. The end of the Holy Bible.
As I stated, he was my mate, and this goes back a number of years, and he confided things to me. One thing he did confide was that he had an interest in Dolores Cannon, and said she was all you need to know. We YouTube one entry in the activities room, which I was congratulated for making homely, and caused staff to congregate there of their own accord. Brackets Ambience and Entertainment Director. I have since studied Dolores Cannon, and she talks about hypnosis, altered states of consciousness, brackets achievable by Zen, metaphysics, reincarnation and Nostradamus in brief. Adam was a very spiritual person and had his own hope by his own version of prayer to his own God, curtailed by his enforced seclusion visit, where we exchanged peace signs through the neighbouring windows. There was no intellectual or spiritual stimulation. This can be defined as cruelty. There is no input from the outside world, and certain evil members of staff draw the blinds, turn the drinking water off at the switch in the office, turn the lights up to interrogation levels, and turn the music off. This is not conducive to mental well-being. Brackets Director for Spirituality and Intellect.
Chapter 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted. chapter 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into
His man was not examined by Dr. LaRue, who only saw patients
and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn,
with echoes of the role of goons or
for they shall
sentinels.
inherit the earth.
If Dr. LaRue had discussed Mr. Cannon's philosophy, it would have been more beneficial and kinder to Mr. Carter, God rest his soul, Director for Continuing Staff Education. Dr. LaRue did not grant me a credible one-to-one, as neither did Dr. Hahn in the discharge meeting I refused to go into. Dr. Hahn had me to almost literally, he relied on gossip when asked by my advocate, and could not give the rationale for Clopixel. Red Leon, Brian Kenny, and White Feather Ian were responsible for sore ARSE in Blackpool Hospital. Dr. Harris said I had a delusion about Bob Dylan, when the truth is, I admire the humanity of the Nobel Prize for Literature winner. How many years must one man have before he can hear people cry? 1963. The kings of Tyrus, with their convict list, are waiting in line for that geranium kiss. Explanation for that line is on the internet. KAYLEY House and RIP, Adam Carter RIP. Sometimes I am ashamed to be associated with the same species as some of this staff. We are of the same species that sent 6 million to the gas chambers. The shallowness shown by machines, holograms and demons should be learned from. Lives are at risk. Some do not have the intellect or spirituality to minister to the mind, soul, and the psyche is often neglected. Brackets needs not met. Pass my regards to the angels. They know who they are. Dr. LaRue, Kenneth Brown, Ian White, Rachel Brown, Mark Ainscough, Dr. Hahn, Alan Jones, and others need to be told that their neglect of spirituality and intellect and their enforced lack of ambient entertainment
But whosoever shall say, Thou fool,
prolongs expensive stays
therefore, if thou bring thy
under a commandant-style regime, and is the cause of presentations such as KAYLEY House and Adam Carter, God rest their souls, and it shall be communicated by the Director for Continuing Staff Education. Pax Vobiscum, faithful unto Stuart in Quaila et in terra, Amen. Striking for the aching whose wounds cannot be nursed. Tolling for the gentle, tolling for the kind, tolling for the guardians and protectors of the mind. Some are angels, others are demons, to every fate I have encountered. Regards to those who understood. LOL kiss.
And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it.
Blessed is the warrior whose strength is not to fight. ARSE Zimmerman. Chimes of Freedom, 1964. Our hard rains are gonna fall, 1963. Don't criticise what you can't understand, 1964. Blessed are those who thirst and hunger for righteousness, Matthew 5. Which the Beatitudes refer to probably the most comprehensive set of harmonious values sought by the Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ. Amen. It will benefit some to look up the 7 virtues and 7 deadly sins to give social awareness and grace to some, as shown by praise letters about Joanne Nixon, Karen Scott, Mick the Cleaner, Ormskirk in General, Scarisbrooke Centre, and Hollywood's Paige and Sarah as examples of compassion, dedication, and examples to humanity. Credit to their professions. It is nothing to be proud of that many people are
We
under.
have heard that it has been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto
A
you,
totalitarian system which sees patients as totally incompetent at almost every level in the psychiatric system, which gives them no intellect or spiritual credit. And we gaze upon the charms of freedom flashing, charms of freedom. For between sundown's finish and midnight's broken
I
toll,
heard that it has been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And
we looked inside the doorway, thunder crashing, as majestic bells of bolts struck shadows in the signs, seeming to be the charms of freedom flashing. Flashing for the warriors whose strength is not to fight, flashing for the refugees on the unarmed road of flight, and for each and every underdog soldier in the night. And we gazed upon the charms of freedom flashing. In the city's melted furnace, unexpectedly we watched, with faces hidden as the walls were tightening. As the echo of the wedding bells, before the blowing rain, dissolved in the bells of the lightning, tolling for the rebel, tolling for the rake, tolling for the luckless, the abandoned man forsake, tolling for the outcast burning constantly at stake, and we gazed upon the charms of freedom flashing. Through the mad mystic hammering of the wild ripping hail, the sky cracked its poems of naked wonder.
For they shall obtain mercy.
Then the clinging of the church bells blew far into the breeze, leaving only the bells of the lightning and its thunder, striking for the gentle, striking for the kind, striking for the guardians and protectors of the mind. And the poet and the painter, far behind his rightful time, and we gaze upon the charms of freedom flashing. In the wild cathedral, evening,
rejoice and be exceeding
the rain unravelled tales for the disrobed faceless forms of no position,
Ye are the salt
tolling for the tongues with no place to bring their thoughts, all down in taken for granted situations, tolling for the deaf, tolling for the blind,
the light of the world, a city that is set on an hill,
tolling for the mute,
neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel,
for the mistreated mateless mother, the misstartled prostitute, for the misdemeanor outlaw, chased and cheated by pursuit, and we gazed upon the charms of freedom flushing. Even though the cloud's white curtain in a far-off corner flashed, and the hypnotic splat of mist was slowly lifted.
Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
Electric lights shall struck like arrows, fired but for the ones content to drift, or else be kept from drifting, tolling for the searching ones on their speechless seeking trail, for the lonesome-hearted lovers with too personal a tale, and for each and every
enter into the kingdom of heaven.
unharmful gentle soul misplaced in a jail, and we gazed upon the charms of freedom flashing, starry-eyed and laughing, as I recall, when we were caught, trapped by no track.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Reka, shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hellfire.
Tolling for the aching whose wounds cannot be nursed, for the kindless confused accused, misused, strung out on ones and worse, and for each and every underdog with the whole wide universe, and we gazed upon the charms of freedom flashing.
while
Robert
thou
Zimmerman,
art in the world,
1964.
lest at any time the adversary
Thanks, Bob.
deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver
Everyone
thee to
has
the
a right to have
thou be
vote,
cast into prison.
observe their own
Verily I
deity,
say unto thee,
into the
thou shalt by
mystic.
no means come out
We were
thence
born
till thou
before
hast
the
paid
wind,
the uttermost farthing.
also younger than the sun.
Ye have heard
The bonny
said by
boat
them
was
of old
won
time,
as
thou
we
shalt not
sailed
commit
into the
adultery.
mystic.
But I
Aren't
say
they
unto
hear the
that
sailors
whosoever looketh
cry,
on a woman to
smell the
lust
sea
after
and
her
feel the
hath committed
sky,
adultery with her already
yet
in
your
his heart.
soul and spirit fly
And if
into
thy
the
right
mystic.
eye offend thee,
And when that foghorn blows,
and cast it from
I will be coming
For
home.
it is profitable
And when the
for thee
foghorn
that one of thy
blows,
members
I want to
should
hear
perish,
it.
and not that
I
thy whole
don't
body should
have
be
to
cast
fear
into
it.
hell.
And I
And if thy
want
right
it.
hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee.
Rot
For it is
your
profitable for
gypsy
thee
soul.
that one of thy members should perish, and
Just
not that thy whole body should be cast
like
into hell.
back in the days of old,
It hath
a
been said,
magnificent
whosoever
will
shall put
flow
away
into
his
the
wife,
mystic.
let him give her a writing of divorce.
And when that foghorn blows,
But I say unto you,
you know I will be
whosoever
coming
shall put
home.
away his wife,
And when that
lay
foghorn
him to the
whistle
cause of
blows,
fornication.
I want to hear it. I don't have to fear it.
And whosoever shall
And I
marry
want to
her that
rock
is
your
divorced
gypsy
committeth
soul.
adultery. Again ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old
Now,
time,
onwards,
thou shalt not
you get
forswear
heartache
thyself,
and the
but
loss
shalt
of
perform
contact
unto the Lord thine oath.
with stimulation for
I
prayer.
say unto you,
Adam
swear not at the
and
Lord,
me both got that
neither
in
by heaven,
seclusion.
for it is God's throne,
And we were put there
nor by
through
the earth,
intolerance.
for it is his footstool,
and lack of
neither by
skill.
Jerusalem, for it is
Now,
the city of the
blasphemy
great
can
King.
be
Neither
defined
shalt thou
as
swear by
taking
thy
on
head, because thou
the
shalt not
rights
make
of
one
God.
hair white or black. But let
altered
your
state of
communication
consciousness
be
and
yea,
prayer
yea,
through Zen.
nay, nay.
They don't
For
understand.
whatsoever is more than
I'm
these
dysphoric
cometh
at
of
machines
evil.
humanity. In humanity.
Ye have heard that it hath been
Director
said,
for
an eye
spirituality
an eye,
and intellect.
a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that ye resist
Continuing
not evil,
self-education.
but whosoever shall
Ambience
smite thee
and
on thy right
entertainment
cheek, turn to
director.
him thy other also. And if any man will sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile,
Alan
go with
Jones
him 20.
publicly admitted
Give
abuse.
to him that
And he was
asketh
allowed
thee,
to treat me.
and from him that would borrow of thee, turn not thou away. Ye have heard
Thanks,
that it
Ron
hath been
Morrison,
said, thou
for the
shalt
last
love thy
song.
neighbour and hate
It's
thine
easy
enemy.
to see
But I
without
say unto
looking
you,
too
love
far
your
that
enemies.
not much
Bless
is really
them that
sacred.
curse you.
Robert
Do good to
Zimmerman.
them that hate
It's
you.
alright,
And
Mara
pray for
Morning
them which
bleeding.
despitefully use you and
Bringing it all
persecute you.
back home,
That ye may be the
1965.
children of your Father which is in
R.I.P.
heaven.
Adam,
For
R.I.P.
he maketh
Kayley.
his sun to
I
rise
would
on
like
the
to see
evil and on
intellectual
the
and
good,
spiritual support
and
for
sendeth rain
human
on the
beings
just
in
and on the
terms
unjust.
of the mind and soul,
For if ye
in
love
order
them
to bring
which love
comfort
you,
to those who feel
what
they are
reward
imprisoned
have ye?
in hell.
Do not even the
Brackets that
publicans forsake
geranium kiss by the
If ye
king
believe
of
your brethren
Tyrus
only, what
with
do
their
ye more than
convict
others?
list.
Do not even the publicans so?
Patients
Be
are
ye
not
therefore
ill
perfect,
on purpose,
even
but
as
the
your Father which
majority
is in
feel
heaven is
negative
perfect.
support by a sadistic system
Chapter
which
5.
is often traumatic,
And seeing the
which
multitudes, he
usually
went up
goes
into a mountain.
unresolved when
And when he was set,
discharged.
his disciples came unto
Dr.
him.
Hamilton
And he
Keats
opened
asked
his
me if
mouth
I
and
know
taught
about
them,
patients.
saying,
My honest
Blessed are the
reply,
poor in
I
spirit,
know more than
for
you
theirs is
do.
the kingdom
I
of
spend
heaven.
more time with them.
Blessed are they that mourn,
The system is
for
too
they shall be
businesslike and does
Blessed
not
are the
cater
meek,
enough for minds
for
and
they shall inherit
souls.
the earth.
Brackets, clients
Blessed
are
are they which do
isolated
hunger and thirst
from-
after righteousness,
from
for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
credit for their
Blessed are the
intellect and
pure in
cut off
heart,
from
for they
faith
shall see
and
God.
prayer stimulation, and despair is
Blessed
all
are
too
the
often the order
peacemakers,
of wards.
for they shall be
Although
called
the list
children
of the
God.
builders is available for
Blessed
inspection.
are they
A lot
which
of
are
staff are
persecuted for
angelic in
righteousness'
patients'
sake,
minds.
for
Some are
theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
inadequate or even
Blessed are
or
ye
even
when men shall
downright
revile you
evil.
and persecute you, and shall
Authority,
say all
Oath to
manner of
God,
evil
Queen and
against you
Country, 50
falsely
May
for my sake.
1975.
Rejoice
Lifelong.
and be exceeding
Too
glad,
often certain staff
for great is your
and ward
reward in heaven.
atmospheres are often an affront
For
to
so
the soul.
persecuted they the prophets
The
which were
maltreatment
before you.
Makes my heart
Ye are
bleed.
the salt of the
Soul
earth.
and mind does not
But
flourish
if the salt have lost
in
its
the
savour,
obvious
wherewith shall it be
totalitarianism
salted?
and
It is
misplaced
thenceforth good for
authority,
nothing, but to
which
be cast out
contradicts
and to be
almost
trodden
every
under foot of
worldwide
men.
faith I have encountered.
Ye are the
God
light
bless
of the
Adam and
world.
Kayley.
A
Patients
city that is
are
set on
human
hills
beings.
cannot be hid.
Many
Neither do men
believe
light
are
a candle and
created
put
in
it
God's
under a bushel,
image.
but on a candlestick,
Please afford
and it giveth light unto all that are in the
corresponding
house.
dignity and respect.
Let
There
your
is
light
no
so
excuse
shine
for
before men,
bullying,
that they
mobbing
may
and
see your
cruelty
good works
in
and
a trust
glorify
which
your
is
Father
essentially
which is in heaven.
paid and relied on to care.
Think not that I am come
There are
to
a lot of
destroy the law
psychiatric
or the
needs not
prophets.
addressed.
I am not come to
Please
destroy,
improve. Very
but to
few have
fulfill.
peace of mind under the
For
care
verily I
of
say unto
Lancashire
you,
Care
till heaven
Foundation
and earth
Trust.
pass, one
From
jot or
Genesis
one
to
tittle
Zach
shall in
Brown,
no wise pass
near
from the
traditional
law
country
till all
artist,
be
YouTuber.
fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of
Moss
these
grows
least
fat on a
commandments,
rolling
and shall
stone,
teach
but
men
that's
so,
not how it
he
used
shall
to
be
be.
called the least in the
Don
kingdom of
McLean,
heaven.
American
But whosoever
Pie.
shall do and teach
Please
them,
develop
the same shall be
people
called
skills
great in the kingdom of heaven.
in cooperation with the
For I say unto
Director for
you,
Continuing
that
Staff
except your
Education.
righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the
It is
scribes and
everyone's
Pharisees,
God-given
ye shall in
right
no
to
case
pray.
enter into the kingdom of heaven.
It is
Ye have heard
documented
that it was
in
said
one
by
of
them
only
old
3
time,
consultant
Thou shalt not
one-to-ones
kill.
I have had
And
since the
whosoever
sexual
shall
assault
kill
by
shall be
Dr.
in
Maiden
danger of
in
the judgment. But I say
1979,
unto you,
when I was
that whosoever
referred to
is
him by
angry
my
with his
then
brother
GP,
without a
Dr.
cause
Said,
shall be in
for
danger of the
phobic
judgment.
anxiety, I am
Whosoever shall call his brother
dysphoric, disgusted about
shall be in danger of
factual
the
events.
But whosoever shall say, Thou fool,
This
shall be in
is
danger
a
of
technical
hellfire.
way to say idiots piss me off.
Therefore, if thou bring
It's
thy
all
gift
right
to the
now,
altar,
I'm
and
only
there
bleeding.
rememberest that thy
Brian
brother hath
Kenny,
aught against thee, leave
Red
there thy
Leon,
gift before the altar,
and
and
White
go thy
Feather
way,
Ian,
first be
responsible for
reconciled to
sore
thy
arse
brother,
in the
and
Blackpool
then
Hospital.
come and offer thy gift.
And there were 12 interpretations
Agree
of
with
the
thine
T-shirt
adversary
about
quickly,
an old man
while
on
thou art
Darwin
in the
Ward
way with
who
him, lest
preceded
at any time
me
the adversary
to
deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the
Keats
officer,
word that
and
said,
thou be cast
remember
into
my
prison.
name, you'll be screaming it
Verily I say
later.
unto thee,
One
thou
from
shalt by no
blatantly
means
sexual
come
to
out thence till thou
right
hast
down to
paid the
what does
uttermost
it mean?
farthing.
And these are the
Ye
repeat
have heard
people
that it was said by them
reporting
old time,
to
Thou
a
shalt not
neglectful
commit adultery.
doctor. By neglectful
But I
I
say
mean
unto
not
you,
meeting needs.
that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And
My
if thy
cut
right
off
hand
from
offend thee,
prayer
cut it off,
and
cast it from thee.
meditation
For
accounts
it is
for my
profitable for thee that one
presentation
of thy members should perish,
and lack of
and not
peace
that
of
thy whole
mind.
body should be
I
cast
have
into
been
hell.
largely been treated
It hath
by
been said, Whosoever
people with the
shall put away his
presentation of
wife,
commandants
let him
in
give her a
prisoner
writing of
ward
divorce.
atmospheres. Ward
But I
18
say
is
unto you,
named Auschwitz.
that whosoever shall put away his
When
wife,
given the
let him
spiritual
for the
relief
cause
of
of
one-to-ones
causeth her
about
to
my
commit
philosophy
adultery.
and given spiritual
whosoever shall
relief,
marry her that
my
is divorced
presentation is
committeth
not a
adultery.
problem. My advanced statement
Again, ye have
allows
heard that it hath
human
been said by them
emotion,
of old time,
e.g.
Thou shalt not
disgust.
forswear thyself,
Well done,
but shalt
Kenny
perform
and
unto the
Leon.
Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne,
Dr. Naguib and Dr. Devlin at Ormskirk are documented to offer me anything I want in psychiatry.
canst not make one hair white or black.
It is on
But
my
let thy
advanced
communication
statement
be,
I am entitled to
yea,
defend the vulnerable.
nay,
That's
nay.
what I want.
For whatsoever is more than these cometh of me.
Andrew Wilson on Christmas Eve
Ye have heard that it hath been said,
2016
an eye for an eye,
was
and a
witness to
tooth for a tooth.
suggest I become part of an
But I say
improvement
unto you,
team.
that ye
Lives are
resist
being
not
lost.
evil. But whosoever shall
Dr.
smite thee
Malik,
on thy
and the
right
only
cheek, turn to him
one-to-one
thy other also.
that I
And
got
if any man will sue thee
when
at
he
the Lord,
replaced
take away
Dr.
thy coat,
LaRue's
let him have thy
deliberate
cloak also.
ignorance
And whosoever shall come
and
down to
neglect,
the mile, go
brackets
with him
not
twice.
meeting needs,
Give to him that asketh
give me the
thee, and
go-ahead.
from him that would borrow of thee turn not thou away. Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemies.
Andrew
Bless
Wilson,
them
which
that curse
witnessed
you.
me
Do
keep
good to
peace
them
on
that
Christmas
hate you.
Day
Pray for them which despitefully use you.
during my absence when I was in
that you may be
Burnley
the
on
children of your
Churchill
Father
Ward.
which is in heaven. For
Twice.
he maketh his sun to rise on the evil
With my
and on
social
the
awareness.
good,
And
sendeth
Phil,
rain
a
on the
nursing
just and on the
assistant,
unjust.
when I was
For if ye love
transferred
them which
from
love
Auntie
you,
Shabayo's
what reward have ye?
wonderful
Do not even
woman,
the publicans the same? And if you salute your brethren only,
the corrupt
do
Dr.
ye more than
Sainer, the
others?
corrupt
Do not
Dr.
even the publicans so?
Rachel Brown, and the corrupt
Be ye
Alan
therefore
Jones's
perfect,
ward, he was
even as your
witness
Father which is in heaven is perfect.
to fob himself on Orwell ward,
Chapter
come in
5.
heavy breathing, put his hands down on his knees and said, Steve, we needed you on Keats last night. I said, what the fuck for? He said, to calm things down, it was chaos.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and
It is my wish to defend the vulnerable on wards by increasing social awareness from the dominant minority of ineffective staff, so that patient's presentation is not compromised.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are
the
they
soul and mind
which
are not looked after. Bring some reverence,
for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
to Lancashire Care Foundation
Blessed
Trust.
are ye when men shall revile
And deliver us from evil,
persecute you,
amen.
and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Gates of Eden, Bob Dylan.
Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted?
The kings of Tyrus with their convict list are waiting in line for that geranium kiss. Now that geranium kiss is putting you into a place without hearts, i.e. hell.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
My
candlestick.
warehouse size, my Arabian drums, should I leave them by your gate, or sad-eyed ladies should I wait?
And glorify your
My
Father
warehouse size, my Arabian drums, should I leave them by your gate, or sad-eyed ladies should I wait?
To destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass,
Queen Jane
shall
approximately.
in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
When you're sick and tired of your
Whosoever therefore shall break
creations,
one of these least commandments,
Queen
and shall teach
Jane,
men so, he shall
diagnose
be
me as a
called the least in
vampire.
the kingdom of heaven.
Couldn't
Whosoever
explain
shall
why
heal
you
and teach
sectioned
them,
me.
the same
Gave
shall
me
be called
vitamin
great in
D.
the kingdom of heaven. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the
I
scribes
dreamed I
and
saw
Pharisees,
St.
ye shall in
Augustine
no case enter into the kingdom
tearing
of heaven.
through the quarters in the
We have
utmost
heard that it was
misery.
said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill.
No martyr
Whosoever
is
shall
among
kill
you
shall be
now,
in danger
where
of the
you,
judgment.
when you
But I
can
say
call
unto
your
you,
own.
that whosoever is angry with his
I
brother
put
without
my
a cause
fingers against
shall
the
be in danger
glass
of the judgment.
and bowed my head and
And
cried,
whosoever shall say to his brother, Reka,
R.I.P.
be in
Adam,
danger of the
R.I.P.
council.
KAYLEY.
but whosoever shall say,
Something for the
fool,
director of spirituality and intellect, the
therefore,
director of
if thou
ambience
bring
and
thy gift to the
entertainment,
altar, and there rememberest that thy brother hath
and the
aught against
director of
thee,
continuing
leave there thy gift before the altar, and
self-education
go thy
for
way,
social
first be
awareness.
reconciled to thy brother, and
Thank
then
you,
come
Andrew
and
Wilson.
offer thy
Thank
gift.
you, Dr. Malik, for your
Agree
confidence.
with thine adversary
Thank you,
quickly,
Dr.
while thou
Nagee,
art
for
in the
saying
way
of
with
no
him,
effective
lest at any time the
disorder.
adversary deliver thee
Dr.
to the
Grimes
judge,
for saying
and the
of
judge
no
deliver thee
effective
to the
disorder,
officer,
and
thou
have been
be
done
cast into
holistic damage.
Verily I say unto thee, thou shalt
A
come out
non-NHS
thence
hospital
till thou
with a
hast
comment
paid the
about
uttermost
Lancashire Care
farthing.
Foundation Trust.
Ye have heard that
And
it was
thank
said by
you,
them of old
Dr.
time,
Kurt at
Thou shalt
Moshew,
not
for
commit
saying no
adultery.
psychosis and no
But I say
mood
unto you,
disorder.
that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after
Vetoes
her, hath
every
committed
abusive
adultery
diagnosis
already in
I've
his
had.
heart.
But above all,
And
they
if
give me
thy right eye
one-to-ones.
offend thee, pluck it out,
Neglect is
and
not
cast it
meeting
from thee.
needs.
For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. It hath been said, Whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causeth her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery. The Holy Bible. Again, ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, Thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thy Moses, called Genesis. Chapter 1.
In the name of the
In the
Father,
beginning
the
God
Son, and
created
the
the
Holy
heaven
Spirit.
and the
Amen.
earth. And the earth was without
Our
form and
Father,
void,
who art in heaven,
and
hallowed be
darkness
thy
upon the face
name.
of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, Let there be
Thy
light.
will be done on earth
There
as
was
it is
light.
in heaven.
And God saw the light that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And
But
God
deliver
called
us
the
from
light
evil,
day,
amen.
and the
In
darkness
the name
he
of the
called
Father,
night.
and the Son,
And the
and the
evening and the
Holy
morning
Spirit.
were the
Amen.
first day.
Human
God
beings
said,
have souls.
Let there be a
That
firmament
what
in the
make
midst of
that
the
what
waters,
the,
and let
that
it
what
divide
makes
the
us
waters
different
from
from
the
animals.
waters. And God made the
And we
firmament,
made in
and
God's
divided
image
the waters
according
which were
to
under
my
the firmament
faith,
from the waters
and
which
I'm
were above the
entitled to
firmament.
regard
And
my
it
own
was so.
data.
And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. God saw that
Yes, I think there are things that the Chancellor showed yesterday you can do. You can encourage through business investment
there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night,
provide
and let
confidence
them
to the
be for
business
signs
community,
and for
continuity
seasons
of
and for
policy.
days and
Those are
years.
things that the
And let
Chancellor
them be for lights in the
introduced to a
firmament of the
small
heaven
extent
to give
yesterday,
light
but
upon
because
the
we
earth.
know that the
And it
productivity
was so.
problem is a huge challenge,
And God
I
made
don't
two
think
great
he's going with these small
the
steps
greater light
actually
to rule the day, and
crack
the lesser light to rule the night.
Okay, Lisa,
Make
that's
it.
on Afghanistan investments. Chief Economist,
And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness.
Carry on. Would you like to say that?
God saw that it was good.
Brooks is doing nothing.
The evening and the morning.
Centrica's doing quite a lot, down 15%.
And God said,
it's getting a little
Let the
bit
waters bring forth
Thank you very much,
abundantly the
Jenny. Let's
moving
get on with
creature
the
that hath
weather.
life,
It's Thomas.
and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
It is Thomas.
And
The
God
weather really
created
has been
great
appalling in
waves,
some parts of the
and
country
every
in the
living
last
creature that
24
moveth,
hours.
which the waters brought
The
forth
trend for the
abundantly
next few
after
days
their
will be
kind.
for things to
And every
turn
winged
quite a bit
fowl after
colder
his kind.
right across the UK.
God saw
And this is a
that it
big
was good.
view. You can see
And
the
God
polar
blessed,
regions here.
saying,
This is Greenland
Be
ice. And you can
fruitful
see
and
the
multiply
Vietnam
and
cold
fill the
areas.
waters.
Get on with the real
Let
world.
fowl multiply in the
Another one there.
earth.
That's what cold
Not a fantasy, a Lancashire Care Foundation
from
trust.
the northern climes, and you can see
In the name
where
of
the
the
air
Father,
is
and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Let the earth
And
bring
deliver us
forth
from
the
evil.
creature after his
Amen.
kind,
up across the
cattle
UK.
and
So
creeping
colder air from the
things,
north
and beasts of
feeding
the
in
earth after his
as
kind.
I speak, but there is a little bit of
so.
rain on the way for southern
God
areas
made
of
the
the
beasts
UK
of the earth
towards
after his
the
kind,
evening,
and cattle
and
after
no,
their
we'll have a look
kind,
at that
and
rain in the
everything that
south. But the good news is
creepeth
that
upon
we're
the
not
earth
anticipating
after his
any more
kind.
heavy rain in,
God
say,
saw
Cumbria and Lancashire,
it was
where
good.
we had so much rainfall in the last
And
24
God
hours
said,
or so. This is what it looks
Let
like
us
around the
make
rush
man
hour. So actually a
in
lot
our
of
image,
clear weather out there.
after our
There's still a bit of a breeze out there. The
And let
temperatures are
them have
falling away
dominion
quite
over the
rapidly, so
fish
it
of
is
the
going to
sea,
feel
and over
chilly
the
out
fowl
there.
of the
Real,
air,
real
and over the
nip
cattle,
in
and
the
over
air.
all the earth,
And
and
then
over
for
every
time
creeping
tonight,
thing
this
that
evening and
creepeth
tonight,
upon
there's
the earth.
another little weather front that's sort of going to
God
scrape the
created
south
man
coast
in his own
of
image.
England, so wet
In
weather
the image
anywhere
of
from
God
Plymouth to
created he him.
Portsmouth,
Male and
possibly into
female
London as
created
well.
he
But you
them.
can see the clock there. By
And
the
God
time we get
blessed
to
them.
around about
And
5
God
o'clock
said
in the
unto
morning,
them, Be
it's just
fruitful and
exiting
multiply,
the southeast,
replenish the earth, and
and
subdue
the
it,
colder
and have
air really
dominion
starts
over the fish
pouring
of
in
the
and
sea,
reaching
and over
southern
the
areas.
fowl
So
of
I
the
don't think it's
air,
going to be
and over
frosty in
every
the
living
south
thing that moveth
this
upon the
coming
earth.
night into Friday,
And
but
God
certainly
said,
northern areas will be waking
Behold,
up
I
Friday
have given
morning
you every
to a
herb
good
bearing
smothering
seed which is upon the
of
face of all
frost.
the earth,
And
and every tree which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. The evening and the morning were the sixth day. The Holy Bible, the King James Version.
In
Read
the
by
Father,
Alexander School.
and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The Gospel
I'm
according to St. Mark,
entitled
chapter 1.
to defend my
The
soul.
beginning of the Gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. As it is
Oath to
written in
God,
the
Queen and
prophets,
Country.
Behold, I send my messenger before thy face.
5th
which
day
shall
of May,
prepare thy way before thee.
1975.
The voice of one crying in the wilderness, Prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. John did baptize in the wilderness, and preached the baptism of repentance for the remission of sins. And there went out unto him all the land of Judea.
We
and they of
taught
Jerusalem,
the difference
who were all
between
baptized
human
unto him in the
beings and
river of
animals
Jordan, confessing their sins.
is that we have
And John was
souls.
clothed with camel's hair, and with a girdle of a skin.
Please
about his
respect
loins,
it
and
and
he did eat
display
locusts
yours.
and wild honey. and preached, saying, There cometh one mightier than I after me, the latchet of whose shoes I am not worthy to stoop down and unloose. I indeed have baptized you with water, but he shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost. And it came to pass in those days that Jesus came from Nazareth of Galilee, and was baptized of John in Jordan. And straightway coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens opened, and the Spirit like a dove descending upon him. And there came a voice from heaven, saying, Thou art my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. And immediately the Spirit driveth him into the wilderness. And he was there in the wilderness 40 days, tempted of Satan, and was with the wild beasts. And the angels ministered unto him. Now after that John was put in prison, Jesus came into Galilee, preaching the gospel of the kingdom of God, and saying, The time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of God is at hand. Repent ye, and believe the gospel. Now as he walked by the sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and Andrew his brother casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And Jesus said unto them, Come ye after me, and I will make you to become fishers of men. And straightway they forsook their nets and followed him. And when he had gone a little further thence, he saw James the son of Zebedee and John his brother, who also were in the ship mending their nets. And straightway he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the ship with the hired servants, and went after him. And they went into Capernaum, and straightway on the Sabbath day he entered into the synagogue and taught. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one that had authority, and not as the scribes. And there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit, and he cried out,
I have in my possession
What have we to do
2
with
pieces
thee,
of paper,
Nazareth,
say there's no evidence of any diagnosis except dysphoria with inhumanity.
rebuked him, saying,
Disgust.
Come out of him.
Dr. Hahn admitted on the 20th of October
Cried with a loud voice,
he didn't give me a one-to-one and was going off gossip when asked by my advocate.
questioned among themselves, saying,
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. And deliver us from evil. Amen.
Spirits, and they do obey him. And immediately his fame spread abroad throughout all the region round about Galilee. And forthwith, when they were come out of the synagogue, they entered into the house of Simon and
For the
with James and John.
Director
But Simon's wife's mother
of continuing staff education
they dealt him of her.
educates staff into having insight
And immediately with feet
into becoming angels in people's minds, not demons.
beside himself, they brought unto him all that were diseased, and them that were possessed with devils. And all the city was gathered together at the door. And he healed many that were sick of divers diseases, and cast out many devils, and suffered not the devils to speak, because they knew him. And in the morning, rising up a late while before day, he went out and departed into a solitary place, and there prayed. And Simon and they that were with him followed after him. And when they had
Human beings are entitled to prayer.
men seek for thee. And he said,
Lancashire Care Foundation Trust gives no prayer support or meditation support.
And he preached in their synagogues throughout all Galilee, and cast out devils. And there came a leper to him, beseeching him, and kneeling down to him, and saying unto him, If thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus, moved with compassion, put forth his hand and touched him.
Oath to God, Queen and Country, 5th May 1975.
And as soon as he had spoken, immediately
Senor,
the leper
Senor, can you tell me where we're headed? Lincoln County Road or Armageddon?
charged him, and forthwith sent him away, and said unto him, See thou say nothing to any man.
A boat street legal on the Lincoln County Road in Newark.
And offer for thy cleansing
6th of May
which Moses
1975.
commanded for a testimony unto them. But he went out and began to publish it much, and to blaze abroad the matter, insomuch that Jesus could no more openly enter into the city, but was without in desert places. And they came to him from every quarter. Chapter 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain. And when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek,
socially beneficial set of values
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are
ever
the
contributed to
for they shall
mankind.
see God.
Amen.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of
God our Father, your power brings us birth, your providence guides our lives, and by your command we return to dust. Lord, those who die still live in your presence. Their life change but do not end. I pray in hope for my family, relatives and friends, and for all the dead known to you alone. In company with Christ, who died and now lives, may they rejoice in your kingdom, where all our tears are wiped away. Unite us together again in one family, to sing your praise forever and ever. Amen. I'm lighting a candle. Hope, in its widest acceptation, is described as the desire of something together with the expectation of obtaining it. The scholastics say that it is a movement of the appetite towards the future good, which though hard to attain is possible of attainment. Consideration of this state of soul is limited in this article to its aspect as a factor in the supernatural order. Looked at in this way, it is defined to be a divine virtue by which we confidently expect, with God's help, to reach eternal felicity, as well as to have at our disposal the meaning of securing it. It is said to divine not merely because its immediate object is God, but also because of the special manner of its origin. Hope, such as we are contemplating, is an infused virtue, i.e., it is not, like good habits in general, the outcome of repeated acts or the product of our own industry. Like supernatural faith and charity, it is directly implanted into soul by Almighty God. Both in itself and in the scope of its operation, it outstrips the limit of the created order, and is to be had, if at all, only through the direct largesse of the Creator. The capacity which it confers is not only the strengthening of an existing power, but rather the elevation, the transforming of a faculty for the performance of functions essentially outside its natural sphere of activity. All of this is intelligible only on the basis which we take for granted, that there is such a thing as a supernatural order, and that the only realizable ultimate destiny of man
And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away
in the
thy
present providence of God, lies in that order.
Go with him twain. Give to him that asketh thee, and from him that will borrow of thee turn not thou away. Ye have heard that it hath been said, Thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy.
Virtue. According to its etymology, the word virtue, brackets Latin virtus, signifies manliness or courage. Appellatur est anima viro virtus. Virio tempora pria maxima est fortitudo. The term virtue is the word that signifies man. A man's chief quality is fortitude.
Do not even the publicans the same?
Cicero, Tuscul 1,
What do ye more than others?
11, 18.
So,
Taken in its widest sense, virtue means the excellence and perfection of a thing, just as vice, its contrary, denotes a defect or absence of perfection due to a thing. In its strictest meaning, however, as used by moral philosophers and theologians, it signifies a habit superadded to a faculty of the soul, disposing it to elicit with readiness acts conformable to our rational nature. Virtue, says Augustine, is a good habit consonant with our nature. From St. Thomas's entire question on the essence of virtue may be gathered his brief but complete definition of virtue. Habitus operativus bonus, an operative habit essentially good, as distinguished from vice, an operative habit essentially evil. Now a habit is a quality in itself, difficult to change, disposing well or ill the subject in which it resides, either directly in itself or in relation to its operation. An operative habit is a quality residing in a power of faculty in itself indifferent to this or that line of action, but determined by the habit rather than to that kind of acts. Bracket C, habit. Virtue then has this in common with vice, that it disposes a potency to a certain determined activity, but it refers specifically from that it disposes it to good acts, i.e. acts in consonance with right reason. Thus temperance inclines the sensuous appetite to acts of moderation conformably to right reason, just as intemperance impels the same appetite to acts of excess contrary to the dictates of our rational nature. Good is one of those primary ideas which cannot be strictly defined. In order to fix its philosophical significance, we may begin by observing the word is employed firstly as an adjective and secondly as a substantive. The distinction is clearly marked in French by two different terms, bon and le bien. May be preserved in English by prefixing an article to the term when it is employed substantively. We call a tool or instrument good if it serves the purpose for which it is intended. That is to say, it is good because of an efficient means to obtain the desired result. The result in turn may be desired for itself, or it may be sought as a means to some ulterior end. If it is sought for itself, or it is estimated by us to be good and therefore desirable on its own account, when we take some step to obtain it, it is the end of our action. The series of means and ends either stretches out indefinitely, or it must terminate in some desired object or objects which are ends in themselves. Again, we must call a thing good because it possesses completely or in high degree the perfections proper to its nature, as a good painting, good respiration. Sometimes too, things are termed good because they have a nature to produce something desirable. That is, they are good casually. Finally, we speak of good conduct, a good man, a good intention, and here the adjective as for us a sense of indifferent from any of the foregoing, unless indeed we are utilitarian philosophers to whom morally good is but another term for useful. Eternal grace grant unto them, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them. May the souls of the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. R.I.P. Adam, R.I.P. KAYLEY.